Okay, I just touched my face. But good morning anyway. So, this one's about rate of change. So, things change, and the question that is how fast? Is that a good change or a bad change? Or an expected change? Is it change you need to respond to, or so your senses use rate of change, especially in your peripheral vision. Your peripheral vision is always looking for that lion in the grass, that agent waiting to dispose of you or make you dinner. Very subtle rate of change type of thing. Maybe, it's an idea. So, this rate of change is something it's a subconscious thing until it becomes intentional. You watch your gas gauge go down. It's like, I better get gas in 10 miles. And if you know your car, you can pretty well depend on that being the norm. Unless your car's running bad and you don't get the mileage you think you got, right? So now you notice the gauge is going down a little fast. You're worried because. So this rate of change idea is pervasive, pernicious, part of life you take for granted. You notice when your heartbeat changes. Do you worry? What's the alarm level for your heartbeat changing? I've got one that gets me to where I'm at like peak workout. You know that peak if you're a workout freak. You get in the zone, right? So, but you changed your heart rate. It's not worrisome because you're aware of it. So this rate of change is just, you know, more interesting. Something else, different way of looking. How much did that change? Especially if you visit things over long periods of time, like flying in and out of cities, you kind of notice the change in the skyline. And then you visit the next city, and you notice the architecture of their pride and joy downtown glass building looks exactly like the pride and joy of somewhere else. But that's not in the brochures. So, rate of change occurs quickly. Seasons. There you go. There's a good one. Everyone's familiar with this. How the seasons change, how they flow, whether it's good or bad. You see the beautiful trees changing in the fall. And then you might complain a bit about winter, which I'm not enjoying much anymore. So this rate of change idea, again, is pervasive. One of the places artificial intelligence has to be able to do this rate of change thing to decide if a vehicle has a vector pointing towards you and maybe somebody should put on the brakes. That would be artificial intelligence applied to vehicles. Very simple poke in there, right? So one of the things in processes, you look for a good, constant process. You look for the ease of your day, that you can go out to the store and get something. That's a process. You go to the store, you get your groceries, you have a list, you put some forethought into it. It's science, it's human, it's a whole bunch of words. So this process control thing is monitoring, looking at things for change and deciding if you should react to them. So it's not just, it is what it is. So 3,000 point distributed control system, 3,000 discrete elements out there, and this is a junior system at this point in time, real-time monitoring a process. You could apply this to an airplane. You could apply this to a lot of things. But real-time process controls, you want to be in that zone. You want to maximize the chemicals coming in, the heat transfers, the waste, the reprocessing, the recycling. So you've got that tuned. You've got this thing humming. But the system sees a change. Person didn't see it. It was too subtle. There aren't any people out there. There's 6 operators, 2 watching monitors and another 4 on call for whichever. So these processes being monitored very eloquently, artificial intelligence humming away doing what it knows to do, but somebody programmed all of the scenarios in there. Somebody had to try to think of what to do. So you designed a rate of change alarm that has allowable slopes. If the change is slow, it's okay. If the change is fast, tell somebody so that they can decide if it's okay. If the change is fast, trigger another series of tests or algorithms downstream in the process and see what else might need to be changed or if something broke. This is artificial intelligence, specifically pointed at looking for change and trying to react to change. These could be objects that are cued or triggered or called. They're auditors across a process. These are little gnomes in the woodwork that go out and do things unseen until an operator gets a visual cue on a screen. That's artificial intelligence. It is using rate of change. Rate of change in math is a triangle. It is delta change. In order to do a rate of change, you have to add time. And you have to have time slices. So somebody sat down and made this rate of change idea or concept. It's trademarked, it's patented. The software is licensed somewhere, I'm sure. So this is the tuning and the finessing you do for rate of change. You can look for temperatures. You can look for colors. You can look for smells. You can feel for vibrations. The motor's not running right. That's a delta. That's a change from what you noticed before. Your situational awareness all of a sudden has gone crazy because you're turning little things on that you're aware of to just be aware. Situations. So, rate of change. How do you respond to rate of change? How do you design a system to respond to rate of change? What is the response to the rate of change? We knew. Sorry. We knew.